Is everyone hearing me and uh, like seeing the stream? Does it look the same to everyone? Oh, where did it go? Requested to speak. Okay. Yo. Ah, welcome. All right, we'll let everyone get in here. Oh, you hear me? Okay, cool. Well, that's good. It fixed that problem. All right, I'm just gonna grant everyone's request who wants to speak. Ah, previously anyone could speak anytime, so that seems fine. Eric dating sim? What? Where is update? Update is I'm still working on it. This keeps like getting bigger in scope. Like it's basically I feel like it's halfway to 1.8 at this time. Um, which actually brought up an interesting point. Someone mentioned in one of these channels, I think Office Hours, like I don't want 1.7.20. So I wanted to ask you guys, as modders, like, would you actually rather I hold off and just not release 1720 like officially until it's like 1.8? It just means like we'll go quite a while without any official updates, but then like it won't break all your mods. Anyone have opinions on that? My thought was that 1.7.20 would be basically like a big, like moving everything around, like kind of like a halfway to 1.8 update. It'd be a bit of work for everyone to get their mods updated because like all the APIs are moving around a bit, but then everyone would like have some time to like get everything working and updated and stuff while I'm like working on the rest of 1.8. So, but I just wanted to ask if everyone's like, no, please don't like break all my stuff like next week or whatever. I can hold off. I mean, we could just have like test builds of like 1.7.20 could just become like 1.8 alpha 1 or something like that. Um, my plan is like 1.8. I don't think it will break things. Like the plan is like I'm hoping to get most of the breakage out of the way here. Like this will be switching to the new API version and moving everything around. But the idea is that 1.8 wouldn't actually break additional stuff. It would just be like adding, this is splitting things into like the API versions, so like we have scene v1 and UI v1 and stuff like that. So 1.8 would just be adding like new ones. It would just be like scene v2. So basically, there'll be a chunk of work everyone has to do to like convert your stuff to use like the versioned like scene v1 and stuff. And so we can either like make everyone do that now or hold off and make everyone do that later. I guess that's kind of the question. But once we do that, like I don't think there'll probably be some minor changes that 1.8 would add on top of that. But most of the changes are going to be this chunk of code. It's just a matter of like, do we want to drop it now or later? And yeah, what'll be new in 1.8? So if anyone doesn't know, the big feature in 1.8 is going to be, there's technically two big features. The main one will be downloadable assets. That's kind of been the plan for a long time, is that you'll be able to, just like upload textures and models and things like that to the cloud system, ballistica.net. And then anyone joining a game that is using those will just like automatically download them. So it'll just be a lot simpler to like make mods and distribute mods, and a lot simpler for me too to like add characters and things like that, because everyone will just like be able to kind of magically get them instead of having to update all the game versions. And there's all these hoops I have to jump through to make sure that old people on old versions of the game aren't connecting to servers that are using like new assets, because then they'll crash and stuff like that. So 1.8 is intended to like simplify a lot of that, where it's more like, think of it as like a web browser or something, where when you connect to a website and it downloads all the JPEGs and all the PNG files and all the text, like the game will operate more like that, where it's like you connect to a server and it's going to like grab all the stuff it needs. So check out your video. Where's your video? Well, it won't like when you say like owns the entirety of JRMP, the one thing it won't download like scripts, because that would be a security nightmare. So it will basically it'll download assets it needs, like textures and things. So you'll be able to kind of see what the server is doing. The server will be able to like do its crazy JRMP logic or whatever. and you'll be able to like interact with that, but you won't actually have like all of JRMP or all of like the mod pack, if that makes sense, you know. The same as like when you're on a website, you don't actually like download the code that makes the website work, you know. You're just downloading like, you know, a page, like a view of it. All right, let's see, what do people say? Oh, good luck on exams. Burr, 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 burr. Okay, then release 1720. Okay, well, if anyone has strong opinions of like not releasing it or anything like that, let me know. I know it keeps getting like pushed out further. I'm honestly working very hard on this every day, and there's tons and tons of stuff changing. It's all very cool changes, but you know, again, it hopefully won't be too much work. Like the average mod, you'll have to switch a few things, like, you know, import BA will in some cases become like from BA scene v1, or import BA scene v1 like as BS or as whatever. You know, a number of, you know, a few changes at the top, and then a few APIs are slightly different. So I can go over all that stuff. It shouldn't be too bad. But anyway, so the plan for today is just kind of catch up. I wasn't around last week. I was in San Francisco, so wasn't able to do stream on Wednesday. But just getting caught up, and then in a bit we're going to give a whirl to Explodinary 2.0. So that'll be fun. And so yeah, so if anyone has any thoughts, questions, or topics before we get there, just holler. Again, I'm just still in the middle of working on all the 1.7.20 updates. Only minigames and maps, mods will remain unaffected. I mean, unaffected, like the functionality will remain unaffected. The big thing is that, you know, instead of all the UI functions living under BA, under the BA module, they now live under like a UI module, a BA UI module. So the same way as if you're updating like a gameplay mod, you'll have to go from, or here I can just show you. I think I showed this before, but asset source, BA data, if we could dive down into here. I'm like midway in the process of moving stuff around still. So you can see BA scene v1 is kind of its own little thing. The standard library is still here. So yeah, let's just check out deathmatch. Yeah, so you can see deathmatch deathmatch is a pretty standard, simple little game. But basically the main change, this BA shouldn't even be here. Like, the main change is instead of importing BA, you'll just be like importing scene v1 as whatever you want. Or you can just import it as scene v1, but that's kind of like verbose and long. So I've just been like importing BA scene v1 as BS, which just stands for Ballistica scene. So, you know, that puts us back at using BS for stuff, which is where we were a few years ago. So, you know, the circle of life. So there's a few things I'm still cleaning up. Like most mods should not need BA at all anymore. BA is just like common like app functionality. So let me see what is using BA. I'm gonna go ahead and do some live coding here and update this. Okay, ba.app.classic. Oh, there's just a few things. So basically the way this works is like the scene API or the scene package contains most everything the BA package did. So it's like if you're writing mods for gameplay, pretty much usually all you'll need is the scene version package. So I can get rid of BA and compile this. And oh no, there's an error because now BA is not here. But the app stuff is also contained in the scene packages. So if I just do BS, compile that, and okay, we're working again. Yay. So yeah, that's basically it. So like if you're writing gameplay stuff, you'll just be using BS, or you could, as I think I mentioned before, you could actually import it as BA, and your code might just still work, you know, if you're using the same functions and stuff. But that's a little bit misleading because there is actually a Python package still called BA. So you'd be I would recommend against doing that. That's why I was going with BS, just to keep it clear. But that's basically, like, that should be it. It's basically the basic gist of it is you're going to be using scene v1 instead of BA for stuff. And the very cool upsides of that is that, then we'll be able to do scene v2 and, add scene versions and eventually retire old scene versions. But that'll give us, like, in the future, it'll give us a very clean way to be able to kind of make new ways to write games, things like that. Like scene v2 could, there'll probably be some substantially different stuff in terms of like how the downloadable assets work and things like that. But the upside of that is that scene v1 will stick around and shouldn't have to change. So that's, you were asking the question of like, will things break with 1.8? Is they shouldn't break if you're still using scene v1. But, if you're using scene v2, it might be a little different. So I hope that makes sense. Thoughts on players leaving and rejoining when they almost die in deathmatch? I guess, like, in the case of deathmatch, we could, if you have an idea for, like, we could change the rules to account for that. That is kind of a bummer in general. Is weird little exploits like that, like people leaving and rejoining. The one thing that what I plan for the squads mode, like most of my thoughts are going towards squads mode, which will be, if anyone's not familiar, squads mode is going to be, that's the main feature of 1.9, but I do want to get it working soon, like at least like a test version. And squads mode is going to be like where it's online centric play. You invite people to your squad, and then you take on other squads, or you play basically matchmaking kind of setups where you might play against the computer, or you might play against another squad. But it'll all be on cloud servers, things like that. And for that, what I plan to do is that will be more strict on like leaving and rejoining. Like if someone leaves the game, they won't be able to rejoin. So that should get rid of, at least for squads mode, that should get rid of stupid exploits where people are like leaving and joining and things like that. Because it's like if you're doing a 3-on-3 and you take on another 3-on-3 team and one of your people leaves, like there should be no benefit to that. I mean, I guess the game there could be weird exploits where, like, I don't know, if one player leaves, the other two get powers or something like that, or, something where, like, the game tries to balance itself. But I feel like we shouldn't do that. I feel like if one of your players leaves, like, that you're just out of luck. My thought is that maybe if they leave due to, like, a disconnect, I want to write it so that if they leave because, like, their internet connection crapped out, that they should be able to rejoin. So I want to have, like, a little abstraction layer, where the player is, if their game crashes or their internet connection goes down, like they're actually still in the game and they can reconnect. Like I'd love to do that. I think that would be great. They would just like take over where their guy is, It would be just like, unplugging a controller and plugging it back in. Like I'd love to have that working. But I don't think in squads mode there'll be any concept of like someone leaving a game and then another person joining that game midway. So I hope that answers the question. But in the meantime, for like the traditional stuff, if there's a server where people, servers where people can come in and come out anytime, if you have any ideas of how we could like tweak the rules for deathmatch or something, or for, deathmatch you said. So, we could tweak the rules or add some option to kind of prevent that. I'm open to any ideas there. Be honest, how much of our mods do we have to rewrite for 1720? I mean, this will, like, pretty much all mods will have to be rewritten is a strong word, but will have to be updated. Like I said, like these lines at the top will be the main thing. So when I do launch, I do intend to at least spend a good chunk of one of these streams just kind of going over the changes and maybe taking like an old version of Deathmatch or an old version of one of the games and like going through everything to get it working in the new version. So that's kind of why the API version thing exists, API version here. So this is just kind of a number I can increment whenever it's like a danger warning sort of thing, just telling everyone like, hey, a lot of stuff's changed. Like you need to take a pass through your mod, update stuff, and then increment your API version to the newest one. I'm hoping in the future, like this will kind of go extinct or like not be needed anymore. When we start to have the things like the scene versions, like scene v2 and stuff like that. I shouldn't have to flip the API version because the API version is just like a big red button that forces everybody to do something, and I don't like it. All right. So yeah, so to be honest, everyone will have to probably pretty much every mod will need a little bit of work, but I'm hoping that in most cases it is relatively a small amount of work. Again, just replacing BA with BS basically. Or like I said, you can technically just have it import as BA. And so in some cases it could be literally like a one or a few line changes. Okay. What if there were bots in FFA or Teams for offline mode? I think that would be, I think I've discussed this before, but yeah, like I'd be all for that. The reason that there aren't right now is because bots are kind of limited to certain play styles or play modes or maps. Like bots are pretty stupid. If you look at the actual code of what bots are doing, like they're pretty dumb. They can't like navigate ramps or complicated terrain. So they pretty much can only be used on simple maps where they can just like walk in any direction. So like if we account for that, like maybe it would be up to the map or up to the play mode. If it we could add options to be like, oh, add some bots on this. It's just something we'd have to think about and like do in some smart way, because or I guess like it could be up to the the person making the playlist. Like if you add bots to a map that clearly bots cannot navigate, like you're just gonna have a not fun game. So I guess that could be we could make it available, and people would just need to know what they're doing. Aw, stress tests are fun. It would be fun to add some new AI modes or new AI codes, like different. Yeah, we mentioned this a week or two ago. Like, there's been a number of skins added since the existing bot set was written. So like we could make bots for some of the newer ones, like Bunny or something. All right, what do we got here? Cool. What is this? Is this Unity or what? Yeah, what is this? Cost. I feel bad. I haven't experienced I haven't played around with too many engines. Oh jeez. But yeah, good stuff. Internal layer. Oh yeah, C++. I mean, honestly, right now, most of my work is happening at the C++ layer, just like at the immediate moment. It's been, I feel like I've been dealing with a plate of spaghetti or something, because like Bomb Squad right now, it's a lot cleaner than it used to be, but it's basically still like this big chunk of code, like for one thing, and I've been trying to like slowly untangle it. The big part is like getting the scene version 1, like all the gameplay stuff, like getting that separated out cleanly from the engine, so that nothing in the engine makes assumptions about like what kind of gameplay is happening, or what the gameplay is doing, because that's kind of necessary in order to add like BA Scene v2. The game has to be kind of agnostic, or it has to kind of not know too much about the gameplay. And I can get into this more, like what's been happening here, but essentially it's been just kind of like slowly untangling this plate of spaghetti, so to speak. And that's been a lot of work at the C++ level. Oh, I still have this running. Cool. 1 second. Close all tabs. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything I could explain here. I don't know. How many of you guys are... I'm curious, how many people here have done like C++ coding? I figure most people know Python. If you're doing modding for the game, like Python is normal. So I don't know how much I should talk about like C++. I don't want to bore like 90% of you. I guess I could, like some week we could plan on that. Like just like, it's C++ week. Let's talk about C++. Oh geez, I've not been scrolling to the bottom. My bad. Sorry guys. Uses light mode. I'm sorry. I use light mode during the day. I use dark mode at night. So I used to be like a dark mode all the time person, but then I wound up like walking around the city a lot during the day and going to coffee shops and working like bright places. And like there's a number of times when it's just like dark mode. I love dark mode, but there's a number of times where it's harder to see. Or it's just I'm getting old. I've done C++ once. I've never been the same person since. Yeah, C++ is it's a strange beast. It gives you, as they say, it gives you a lot of rope that you can hang yourself with. So like if you're not careful, it can be a really, really ugly, scary language. But I feel like if you're careful and you constrain yourself to like the sane parts of it, like it's not bad, and it's speedy and stuff. Oh yeah, I don't like. I've got mine set up. I don't switch modes. This is just like I guess it's a Mac thing. But yeah, I just have it set on auto. So like when nighttime comes, it flips to black. So I know it's night. Otherwise, I have to look out the window, and that's no fun. What's my odds? Oh no. Well, it depends on like where you're like what you're touching in the C++ layer. Like even that, it's not a ton of changes. Like the actual gameplay code is still mostly where it used to be. It's just a lot of it has been moved. Again, it's basically taking all the gameplay code and like putting it in one place. So if you look under here, like the big thing you'll see is Ballistica, scene, V1. So like everything, like all the gameplay code, like all the nodes, all the textures, all that stuff, like that's all been moved to under scene/v1. It also has its own little like custom namespace to kind of like insulate it from the rest of the code. So that's kind of the big thing is basically just moving stuff into its own little house here. So scene v1 is in its own little house. UI v1, it's also in its own little house. So again, there's not a ton of like logic changes. There's not a ton, not a ton of stuff behaving differently. It's just kind of putting it in boxes and organizing it, just so that we can add new boxes soon. Logic.cpp. Yeah, like one change is Python methods have been moved around. Like the methods related to the scene stuff, they're now kind of in their own little place. So if you go, Python, there's not too much stuff in like the global Python methods anymore. It's mostly like if you go down to scene v1 Python, it has its own little set of stuff here. So it's kind of like taking the global Python chunk and like just breaking that into little pieces. But the good thing is the global Python chunk, like the stuff that's not part of scene v1 or not part of UI v1, like that stuff is a lot simpler and a lot cleaner and a lot easier to understand. Like if you look through like logic, this used to be a huge spaghetti mess of nastiness. But like now if you look at like the logic class, it's nice and simple, and it actually kind of has a bare minimum set of what like an app should have. So there's a draw function, a handful of things that call like when the app is starting and stopping, and things for creating a few timers, and that's mostly it. So it's like logic. If you look at logic, like this class in the old code, it is like freaking enormous, and it just has a ton of ugly stuff in it. So part of this cleanup is like things. The app itself hopefully will be easier to understand. If you're looking at logic, you can kind of see the important stuff, and you're not going to see like a billion little things that are only used by some random mini game that's, it's a lot more like a properly cleaned up engine would be. If you don't know C++, like don't worry about it. It's not... I don't think you'll ever need to know C++ to be good at modding or whatever. One moment. Tend to my coffee addiction. Yeah, I was thinking in the future at some point, it could be interesting. I was planning my code to set up like the sandboxing stuff, like the stuff that we'll use to run kind of user mods up in the cloud. Oh, I just have to call out the Ratatouille avatar here. Super awesome. Random. But I was looking at the code that we will use to like run like user mods and things in the cloud, and it looks like I'll be able to set it up to where like not only should we be able to run like user Python code, but theoretically we could run just like user C++ code. It's a little like we'd have to figure out how to compile it and stuff like that, but the idea is like people could theoretically make entire like scene versions that they want, like add their own node types and things like that. Like that would be super cool just to be able to, if you want to just go crazy with changing all the physics or something like that, you could write up some C++ code to do that. I don't know, like that would be like a way off thing, like not a, that's definitely not anything that's on the radar or on the schedule, but it theoretically would be possible with the sandboxing setup. So I think that's kind of neat. I just definitely need to make sure that the sandbox is secure, because like people are writing arbitrary C++ code. I mean, writing arbitrary Python code, you can do pretty much anything with that you could do with C++, maybe a little bit less, but still just needs to be 100% bulletproof. Okay, back down to the bottom here. Oh no, you're a smoker? Ah. Well, I guess we all have our vices. I'll just have my coffee now. All right, did I miss anything else? Sockets. Aw. How many days for 1.7.20? It's hard to say. Like I know it's been going for like months now, and so at this point, or months, weeks, I lose track of time. So it keeps kind of like sucking up more and more features and more stuff that I want to get in place for 1.8 or just in general for the future. So it's hard to say like when I'm going to find a good stopping point. I mean, I don't want to like get all of 1.8 done again. I mean, unless you folks want me to. That was the kind of the question. But I do want to start looking for like a point where I can like cut it off and be like, okay, this is a good point to put it out there. And I think it's getting close to there, but I'm not entirely sure yet. But I definitely want to find that point soon. Like it's been too long without an update. So. And also, I did want to. My plans constantly change. It's never nothing fully stays the same. But my plan was to get like the other updates, other versions of the app updated, like the Mac version and the Oculus version, just so then we could get like everybody on V2 accounts and kind of get everyone on the same page and be able to kind of start to phase out old stuff. But I was like, oh, I'm just going to do this 1.7.20 update first, and then I'll get to that. But here we are months later, so things definitely like I get off on little tangents. Oh yeah, but the other thing I wanted to mention, so the two main features of 1.8 is downloadable assets. That'll be kind of the big one. But the other one is this scene version stuff, which is what I've just been talking about with like scene v1 and scene v2 and all this stuff. And a big part of that is like we need that to be able to support downloadable assets. Because I was looking into just like adding downloadable assets to like all the existing game types and mini games and stuff, and like that was just like at some point the code base is so big, it's like changing all that code and trying to do it in a way that's not going to break stuff and take forever to do. Like that was it seemed impossible. So I'm happier with this route where it's like we can keep the old stuff working and then like start to do like new, a handful of new play modes or new game modes and things like that in Scene V2, and then things can like slowly move to Scene V2 as we want to, like as people want to, as it matures and things like that. But yeah, and then I do still want to get at least like a bare minimum like alpha version of squads going. Just something where we could start to play with it. Burp, 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 burp. Worm pot. Bomb pot. Lower gravity, bigger blast, higher jump, more knockback. This is a good topic about like how we'd want this to work. Because we do, like, there is, everyone knows the current config UI for, editing your current mini games. So we got, oh no, plugins no longer found. What did I do? Oh, whoops. Oh no. I must have been testing something here, so I can't show you that because I don't have access. Wait, am I not logged in? Wait, which version am I running here? All right, I'll use my old deprecated account. There we go. Okay. That was awkward. I have Pro, but I try, I'm always testing with different accounts, and some of them are like fresh accounts that I use for testing, and some of them like I clear the purchases and all this stuff. So I never keep track of where and when I have Pro available. But anyway, yeah, it's like I'm sure you all know the existing kind of game edit UI. But yeah, it would be super cool to kind of like expand on that idea, be able to like flip on different mods. Like one thing, we have epic mode, which is just kind of, it's a feature that has to be sort of supported. Like every game mode that wants epic mode just kind of has to add that as a feature, which is like a simple feature to add. It's basically just telling the game like, hey, slow down. There's a few other things too, with like changes to music and stuff, but it's like not big changes, but it has to be built into the game. So I think it would be super cool to be able to, have these like kind of mods that we could turn on per game. Just like a set of mods here. So just like Sokka's saying, like write a mod that would give you higher jumps, or write a mod that would make your bomb blasts bigger, or write a mod that would, like low gravity or whatever. Just being able to like turn those off or on for each game. So yeah, that would be super cool. And that's definitely, I do want to think about that while I'm writing, Scene V2 or like squads mode stuff. Is like, I'd love to kind of build things that way. If you would like to write something, like I said, Scene V1 will probably not be changing at all. I mean, it'll we'll fix bugs and stuff going forward, but I plan to do any like major changes that'll be in like Scene V2 and like future versions. So if you want to write something for Scene V1 that like adds that functionality, like please, like go for it. So, yeah, definitely. I don't want to. I hope it doesn't seem like I'm spending. Well, I guess right now I kind of am spending all my time trying to get squads mode going. But yeah, I don't want to lose like the party game aspect of Bomb Squad. I never want to remove the ability to play like 6 or 8 players on a couch in front of a big TV. Like the game was made to do that sort of thing, and yeah, I definitely don't want that to go away. I mean, I hope that kind of play is still possible in squads mode. Like, I definitely want to support, if you're playing in squads mode, having, a 4-player team that is all sitting together in front of one copy of the game, so it's like, technically that should still be possible, but it'll still be kind of a different thing, so it's like a full-on 8-player game, like that still might just be running through classic mode, so all this stuff. So yeah, I don't want to kill the party game vibe. My hope is to have like the best of both worlds sort of thing. Because I have learned, there are like so many people out there that, just have a single phone or something like that or play games online. It's like the amount of people that are able to actually get 8 players together with controllers in front of a TV. Like it seems like a dwindling thing, Like I grew up I'm an old man or whatever now at this point, but that's kind of like the era I grew up in, is like playing GoldenEye on the TV we'd have like, 4-player GoldenEye, which is, if you haven't played it, it's, a Nintendo 64 first-person shooter from like 1998. But, we'd set up like a piece of styrofoam on the TV. And so, 2 people would sit on the left, 2 on the right. And so, you couldn't see the people on the opposite team. So I have all these memories of like local multiplayer stuff, or even like Halo. Even though Halo, you could play it. I guess the original Halo was online. We'd always just get like huge groups at my when I was in college. We'd get like 16 people over and like 4 TVs, and everyone just be playing Halo there. So, or LAN parties. Like I don't know how. Does anyone here like do LAN parties still happen? I feel like that was. I mean, that was the thing 20 years ago, or even 10 years ago. But like, do people still get together, like 8 people with a laptop? Because oh man, I haven't done a LAN party in a while. So, or like LAN centers. I know here in the U.S. maybe it's different in different places, but there were like a few years where there were like LAN centers where you could just go and it was just a building full of computers with games on it. So you go with 6 or 8 friends and play some Half-Life or something like that. But it seems like all that stuff is kind of gone. Like there's no more LAN centers, or maybe there is somewhere, or like LAN parties are much more rare. So like all the fun like local party game, local multiplayer stuff, it seems like that's more and more rare. So that's why I wanna embrace the online world. But yeah, I still don't want to forget about like the party game local world. Lovers in a dangerous space-time. Interesting. So, but yeah, today Explodinary. So I've been rambling for like an hour, so we should hop in and do some Explodinary. Let's see. So Sock set me up with it, so I'm gonna hop on his server. Sock, do you have other people that are gonna get in on the action? Or is it open to other people? Or I know it's kind of a, like 6-player-ish limit or ideal. Or I think we're going to be doing co-op, so it might be less than that. So Sokka, give me a holler. I can launch the game and hop into the server you set me up with. Okay, so yeah, take your time. I'll keep rambling about stuff, but just holler when you're ready. Just let me know when other people are ready to go, and I'll fire it up. I know last time while we were playing, I was also like chatting with Mickey Rog, and so like my brain was divided, and so I was like team killing and just being ridiculously bad at the game. So if I'm more focused this time, maybe I won't be as terrible. Penguins versus Frosty. Team Penguin assemble. Oh, while we're waiting, I can show you all real quick. I finally got my. Oh geez. Oh, there it goes. Okay. One moment. Finally got all my stuff back from the framer, so I have all my old like Pixar swag back here. So if any of you have seen Up, if you're familiar with that, like I did these shots, like when the balloons are first coming up from the house and Up. Worked on those for a while, so here's like the sketches I got. Like Pete gave me these sketches of like how that shot's supposed to look. Like like there's the house, and then balloons come up, and the tarp falls away, and then does this, and so then that was the final thing. So, and Pete signed it for me, so that was kind of cool. So just got all my old school Pixar-y stuff here. Where there's a shot of Steve Jobs and John Lasseter and those guys from Pixar in 2006, and I am back here somewhere. I don't know if you can see me at all. Probably not, but anyway. And my Ratatouille poster, got that framed. So anyway, my office is looking all nice and homey now, I think. Oh, and most importantly, on my arcade cabinet, I got my Space Invaders high score. Me and the girlfriend, I'm totally winning. So I'm pretty bad at Space Invaders, but I've been playing a little bit. So yeah, that's office complete. There was funny story actually, not to go back to that, but so when I got this one framed, I was telling the guy like, okay, so it's this drawing first, and then this drawing, and then this drawing, and then the final scene. But these drawings are kind of like vague, and it's kind of hard to tell what order they're supposed to be in. So when I went to pick it up, like it looked like it was out of order. Like I was like, oh wait, no, you got the wrong order. So I told him like, oh, you need to switch these two. And so he was super cool about it, and he like took it and like undid all the wrapping and switched the framing and redid it. And then I came back and I realized like I was wrong. I totally gave him the wrong order. So I was like, oh wait, no, you did it right the first time. So and then he had to like redo it, but then they got the wrong order. So then I had to go back again. So that's why like this thing, I've been waiting to get this thing hung for like months now, because it was like a comedy of errors, like partly on my part, but yeah, finally got those 3 drawings in the right order after many, many moons. Turkish flag icon when you bring an update. I would love to do that. I haven't done any flag updates in a while. I know I get a bunch of requests. I'd love to add those. It's that's kind of the similar thing where it's sort of like hard-coded in the game. I should just add that. It'll be fine. Like I think we were out of... If we go to data, let's see where that stuff lives. Assets, source, that would be, oh my gosh. My brain is totally like on half speed when I'm like trying to talk. It is one of, oh yeah, like these font extras. Yeah, like these are the font extra screens. So like where things like, flags and all that stuff is added. And the bad thing is I have 4 of them and I just used the last slot for the V2 icon. So I just need to add like font extras 5. I just need to take some time and do that, see where that code is. So then we have like a whole new sheet to work with. So yeah, I have no excuse. I should do that. I should add more flags. There's a lot of people that play the game. A lot of places where the game is very popular and they don't have their flag in there. So, and they should. Oh no, now I'm going to get called out for like custom icons. Submarine Nation. Yes. Someone design a Submarine Nation, the official flag of Submarine Nation. Or just like a submarine icon. We should just put that in there, just like an inside joke. Like, why is there a submarine icon? But we'll know. Port Bomb Squad into Doom Engine. Oh no. Oh, that's another random tangent again. Is part of what I've been working on, which should be exciting, is that a part of being like breaking everything down into these little boxes is that one of the little boxes is all the internal stuff, which means like it should be pretty trivial to make a version of the game where it doesn't have the internal stuff. So that should mean like the game is buildable like without the closed source parts that I have to provide. So it should mean that like it'll be possible to compile some version of the game on like anything, which is super cool. So that means we can get Bomb Squad running on toasters and things like that, if people are feeling ambitious, or at least get like a portion of Bomb Squad running on toasters. So yeah, Toaster Squad. That reminded me of that. Can you mention Doom? Because that's been like the tradition of people getting Doom running on like everything. People have like a heart monitor for their grandma or something, and it's got like Doom running on there. But I feel like, unfortunately, Bomb Squad, which is weird, Bomb Squad has like higher requirements than Doom, which seems sort of strange, but I guess it makes sense because like the whole Python stack is kind of heavy. So no matter what you're doing with Python, like getting a full Python stack running on something is a bit of a challenge. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think maybe I saw that, but yeah, Doom on like everything, which is super cool. Oh, okay. All right. Feel free to hop in. All right, let's do this. Enough random yapping. Burp, burp, burp. Stupid nag screens. Who put that there? Okay. Cool. All right. We are in. Let's get a little... I need to upgrade my audio stuff here because I feel like 0.1. Well, first off, I need to make a like scroll bar or some widget to adjust that stuff graphically. But yeah, I feel like even 0.1 volume is kind of like loud for streams like this. But we'll see how it goes. But I guess if I'm not having a conversation with anyone while playing, it doesn't matter. I do love how everyone thinks I'm going to be like good at this or something. Alright, I'll try to keep my eye on chat, so if anyone has any stuff they want to talk about while I'm getting my butt handed to me, feel free. Ooh, nice. Oh. Whoops. What's that big bomb? That's cool. I like the music. All chiptune-y. Yeah, you have to ask Sock for the IP. I didn't want to like hand it out. Oh jeez. Oh jeez, it's me. What do I got? Alright, that was a lag death. That was I'm gonna blame the intercontinental difference for that one. Ah. See, this is good for me. It makes me realize like how badly we need client prediction. Ooh, nice. Oh! The escape, almost. Oh geez, I'm the only hope. That sucks. Oh, oh, so close. I think I've said before, it's weird for me to like play a game where I feel like I should be trying, like, I mean, not that I'm great at the game, but like most of the time when I'm playing, it's with like friends or people who've like never played before, and so I feel like I'm sort of playing for them to have fun, you know, like not actually like trying to win so much. So it's kind of new for me to be in a situation where people are actually good. That sounds bad, but you know, where people like are used to the game. Oh. For glory! Whoa! Turning on the ice. Whoa. So is this... Explain the ice. Is this like extra slippery? It's like, whoa! Oh, jeez. Stupid wall. The little background windowy thing is cool looking. I like. Oh yeah, and the snow is too. Like it. It's weird. I feel like when I'm playing the game, I don't like stop and look at the graphics. But now that I do, it's very cool looking. Nah, don't let me do anything. Okay. It is kind of a cool mechanic having that like slippery area, which is basically you can't do much on, but you don't like fall and die. So. Ah. Oh no. Well played, sir. Whoa. Oops. Yeah, I would agree. It's a little. I mean, lag is always a painful experience, but yeah, for the flying ones, I feel like it's a little extra. So, again, I need client prediction. Grumble, grumble. Dang it. Ruh-roh. Oh. I feel like I'm usually pretty good at meteor shower, but I just got owned. GG, y'all. GG. Good job, Sock. Dang. Oh, wow. Yeah, I kind of like this design where like the little the hill area like leaves you super vulnerable. Ah! Yeah, I was reading this comment. Consider someone playing the game for the first time. Like, trying to get like a quick single button way for someone to just like hop into a game and play. I'm hoping to maybe do that with squads mode or something, where it's just like a quick play thing, just like it throws you into a hopefully easy to understand game with a few other people online or something. Oh geez. But we should iterate on that. Blah. Oof. Haha. Oh jeez, sorry penguin. For glory. Oh no. That's a precarious situation. Poor penguin. Well played, Yellow. Well played. This is cool. Oops, that wasn't cool. It's kind of like roundabout without the jump flaw. Oh, jeez. Lag death. Whoa. I'm sure it's possible, right? Whoa. Wow. Epic bear launch. Oof. Oof. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. For glory. I go on to a better place. Oof. That cool balls. Ah. It's gonna end badly. Oh jeez. Oh man. Sticky bomb sharpshooter over here. Oop. Sorry, my friend. Uh-oh. Problem. Oh. Problem solved. Oh, jeez. Man, got like a stalemate going here. Now you can see why I added time limits. Oops. Haha! Tied up. Teamwork! Yes! Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh, that was almost glorious. Oops. Ah! Anime win. That'll be right after the plushies. Oh jeez. Oh no. Ooh, good throw. Dang. Don't mess with Sock. Alright, we got this, we got this. For like 2 seconds. Oh geez, I'm still... I thought I was dead. Now I am dead. Wait, did that timer still keep going after he blew up? That's a bug. Who wrote this? It reminds me, I feel like everyone has that friend when you're playing video games and they die, they're always just like, oh, this physics is crap. Like, oh, the game's glitching. Like, that's garbage. So I had a friend who was totally like that. You know, anytime he'd lose, he'd like blame it on the game. It was so weird to play this game with him though, because he would do that, but like by doing that, he was like kind of insulting me in a way. He's just like, who wrote this crap? Like, this physics is garbage. Like, that totally didn't hit me. So I was like, dude. Get up there, bear. Farewell. Alright, 55 seconds. This is definitely a stalemate situation. Just need one more. Need to even it up. Alright. Focus! I'll never let go, Jack. I'll never let go. Oh. Well, shucks. GG, folks. Come on, Purple. We're putting up a poor showing. Oh, geez. Prepare for lag death. Oh, wow. Go, Mr. Pengu, go! Nice! Alright, Purple's back. Bear power! Go, bear, go, bear, go! Haha! Uh-oh. Alright, we gotta win this round. We can't be skunked. Nice! Alright. Yeah, Purple is definitely back. Ooh, this is cool. Late to school, gotta have priorities. Bomb Squad's way more important than school. I think I mentioned this before. I know I've gotten like thank yous from people saying like, thank you for making Bomb Squad. We play it every day in like math class. And I'm like, oh no, I'm destroying your education. go, Mr. Pengu! Oh! I feel like with a bit of lag, like suicide bombing is just like my best strategy sometimes. That got him. Sometimes you just gotta press the reset button. This was nuts. Just flags like everywhere. No! No! Go home flag! So many tickings. Oh, nice. There's a cool strat on this level where you can just like chuck the flag down. Oh geez. Yeah, I feel like we have seen, like, maybe that's a bug in the flag code, if you die while it's ticking. Or unless, maybe the sound just keeps playing. Could be good to check, though. I'm sure that's probably in the core game. Ah! Oh, don't throw them out of bounds. Leave them alone. Almost. Almost. I feel like this is going to be one of those, like, timeout wins. Yes! Okay. Oh no! Oh no! I didn't even. Oh jeez! Oh. Not cool, not cool. Alright, we're losing. Well, might be slightly wishful thinking there. If by carry you mean get blown up by TNT, then yes. I just epic owned myself. Alright, we can still do this though. Oh, we need to get our flag back. Oh, almost. Oh. Oof. Back to square one. Dang it. Oh no, this is looking bad. Well played, Yellow. Well played. Oh, Mr. Pingu. Alright, I'm very proud I at least get like second from bottom every time. Ooh, alright. Nice. Oh yeah, should we do co-op at some point? Though soccer's fun. Let's play some soccer. Oh no! Ooh, nice air. Yeah, this is pretty fun. I feel like it's like hockey without the ice frustration. It could be interesting to give everyone, yeah, like a kick or some sort of, like, something like a punch, except, you know, maybe it's like further, like travels further, almost like a, I don't know what it would be. Yeah, maybe just a kick, like if it had better range. Like more power and better range, that'd be cool. Oh, geez. Ah. Oh no. Oh no. No. So close. So close. Yes. Spawned in a lucky goalie position. No. No, 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 no. Ah! Sad drink of coffee. Go, go, go. Oh no! Hit the post. Grumble. Oof. Man. Oh, it was close there for a while, then it just kind of got out of control. I feel like that sad sort of music is fitting. Fits my mood. All right, what do we have here? Cool, cool. Oh, geez. Goodbye, cruel world. Good music for this. I wanted to add this song to the game, but I couldn't find like a good either like royalty free or a version I could pay to use or anything like that. I'll have to keep looking. Nice. Oh jeez. It's always frustrating when you blow them towards the other side. Poor bunny. Oof. Uh-oh. Oh no! Uh-oh. Ah! Oh, cool. That's a good idea. No, no, no. Oh. Oh, not bad. Oof. That didn't end well. Uh-oh. This is not good. Oh, nice. Good throw. Yeah, it's funny that happens. Like if you if you wind up making a map and then changing it so much, sometimes it's easier to just like fake the whole thing or yeah. Oh jeez. Whoa, that's cool. Beefy spaz. Oof. Ah, Juice Pack is chasing me. Uh-oh. Need to at least kill a few of these guys. Alright, good. I don't know. How am I, like, throwing mines too far? I'm very impressed. Nice. Those are nice bomb explode sounds, I will say. Very, like, punchy. Mr. Pingu. Uh-oh. I always forget to pay attention to the dudes beating on us. Uh-oh. This is not looking good. Not so good. Not so good. That was a good description. Cool. Dang, first place. Look at that though. Well, that was fun. Oh, you guys don't have to let me join. Honestly, like, I'm happy commenting, but I can play too. Kabluya Onslaught. 12 waves, new map, new music. Die, juice pack. Oh. I was like, when will that explode? Oh, then. Come on, Willick. You got this. Yeah, exactly. Just drink the juice. It's like my childhood running from healthy things. Oof. Baby Penguin first. We need Baby Penguin. It's gonna be like the next Baby Yoda. That big. Yes, my name is actually Spaz. It's true. On my birth certificate. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Alright. Good job, fellas. Oh no, Santa Claus now too. Santa Claus and juice packs. This is like some weird like nightmare from my childhood. Alright. I'm gonna witness a moment of greatness here. Oh! Oh, so close. Yeah, that's always frustrating. You kill them all, but also die. It's very poignant. Oh, sorry, I'm slow. Okay. Blue, you run around. Okay, what's the new gimmick? Oh, so you have. Oh, so if either of them drops to 0, it's over, right? Aha. Oh, man. Yeah, that definitely makes it more intense. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. I'm curious, like, did you try it with just one heart count, but if you die, it, like, removes a regular heart? Is that unbalanced? Or is there a reason, like, you have a second heart count? You know what I mean? Okay. I definitely, as long as, like, you know, explain it to people, it does kind of... Ah! Oh, no, 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 no! Oof. It does kind of let you balance that separately, you know, like allow you to die more without affecting regular hearts. Oh no! Uh-oh. Worried about our green heart count. Now we're back to worried about our red heart count. So many heart counts to worry about. Okay. Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys. Good barrage. Oh no. Oh. That's one lucky ninja. Oh gosh, thanks. I feel like I usually don't like pay attention to killing myself because it doesn't matter, but now it matters. I mean, I guess it always matters, but you know, now it matters more. Oh, and I'm dead again. I should go just hide in a corner. Alright, green is our biggest problem at the moment. Ooh, nice. That went well. Oh, jeez. Sorry, bunny. Oh. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, seems we clearly need to just focus on not dying. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Mr. Pengu! No, Mr. Pengu! Oh, that was tragic to witness. No, Mr. Pengu! Ah. So sad, but we did well. Came in second place out of 2. But we had like half the score of the first place. Cool, cool. Well, we're getting close to the 2-hour mark. Or is there any other game modes we haven't done? Or otherwise, I guess we can call it a day for now. But that was a lot of fun. So thanks a ton, Mr. Sock, for showing that. This game is awesome. Explodinary goodness. So yeah, thanks a ton for sharing and for making it and improving it and all that. And yeah, we'll have to, when you have another update, or even if not, we'll have to play again sometime soon. Soccer was really fun. That does make me think like we do need to get like official soccer in there. So, all right. Well, I will switch back to Discord then. So, soccer. When I assume when I say soccer, everyone knows what I mean, because it's like the rest of the world calls it football. It's just for whatever reason, like we have our weird American football, but like soccer is still like a known word, right? But yeah, that was cool. It was fun. It definitely showed me some like interesting mechanics, or like the roundabout kind of, or the capture the flag level. I forgot the name of the map, but you know, it's kind of interesting how you can like walk around the side, or you can like jump down that little ledge there. It kind of makes it seem like there's a strategy of just like mining up the ramp and then always jumping down that ledge, or you know, different things like that I hadn't necessarily thought about as kind of fun map designs. Or the one with the walls in the middle where everyone's kind of focused in there. It just makes it very precarious to be there. Is Wallyville the one where it's a more like widened out runaround? Or roundabout? Oh my gosh, I'm like mixing up names now. Check my video out. All right. I'm still so scared to check videos out. There. What? Let's see. How can some cool music. Now there was the capture the flag with the big gap in the middle that we were. Someone was teasing Dwillick for trying to throw the flag over the gap. Card fort, is that what it was? Okay, but yeah, that one it was kind of neat. Where it was.
I tried to sneak through the door, man. Can't make it.
Like it was pretty easy. Like it made me wonder if like even something even more easy, where it's like when your team is coming down from your side, you can kind of jump down over that little gap, or you can also walk down the ramp. But it made me think like it could be a good strategy to basically like have mines on the ramp or something where it's like one team could get out of their base easily, but have something that's very defensible where you can like add mines and kind of add defenses to prevent people getting into your base. Like it could be interesting to kind of like just run with that idea, make something that's totally focused on that idea. I love this like random stuff popping up. Or it gets me thinking about like other things too, like variations on mines you could have, or like an auto cannon you could drop down or something, like some weird little thing. Just almost like it'd be interesting to have the idea of like almost like base building, where it's something strategy almost becomes about like placing little things as defensive things and building that stuff up, and I don't know, just random ideas. Yeah, we should make that easier to do. I know like Mickey Rog was talking about his gun squad stuff, and like it was impressive that he was able to get like projectile mechanics going. But like it'd be cool like if we could add like an official easy way to do that. I don't know, not to make the game all about like guns and shooting stuff or projectiles, but it could be fun to play with. Or yeah, tower defense mode or something like that, where almost yeah. Yeah, exactly. Almost like what we just played, except maybe more about like building tower type things to help out or something like that.
You write my personal statement and CV. Grammarly is your digital writing assistant. It's an all-in-one tool that improves your productivity, triple checks your work, and saves you time.
Fly spam?
On multiple assignments.
What do you mean by fly spam? So yeah, the video was fun. Oh geez. Oh, and now for some 80s synth stuff. I listen to, this is like a random thing I listen to when I'm coding sometimes. It's just so pleasant and peaceful. It reminds me of the 80s. So yeah, sick video. I love synthwave type stuff. I don't know. Any of you guys like who are modding and coding, like what do you guys listen to when you're doing that? Or do you listen to music when you're coding? Or it's interesting to talk to people. Like one of the dudes I used to work with from Germany, he would listen to like death metal when he's coding, and he was a super awesome coder. But to me, it just seems like, how do you do that? Like I feel like that would scramble my brain. I wouldn't be able to like think about code. So I usually listen to like some like chill like synthwave type stuff, or just ambient type stuff. But then sometimes it depends on, like if I'm coding something where I really need to think, then I have to like temporarily stop the music and focus all of my limited brain power on the coding stuff. But I do love like chill music too. Call Me Kevin videos. Oh, interesting. Soundtracks. Okay. I do like soundtracks too. Though I feel like sometimes soundtracks get me like too inspired or something, and then I'm just like all riled up and I'm not like thinking clearly about stuff. I'm just like want to go save the world. But But yeah, synthwave design and stuff too. I should bring that back up. Or let's bring up my synthwave video again. Ah. But yeah, this I feel like this is done a lot. This whole like kind of like 80s synthwave nostalgia thing. But I do love this design though too. Just like I don't know. It makes me want to like go explore like you know an old video game from the 80s or something like that. Just like wander through some weird like digital pixelated town. Oh, How to Train Your Dragon. Oh yes, oh man, I freaking love How to Train Your Dragon. That's like, even though they were the enemy, like I was working on Toy Story 3 in 2010, and we went to some award shows and stuff, and our big enemy that year, or you know our big competition, not an enemy, but was How to Train Your Dragon, and they like won all the big awards, so they beat out Toy Story 3. So I was on the losing end of that competition with How to Train Your Dragon, but I love it. I need to see Kung Fu Panda though. I have not. I've seen bits of like the first one I think, but I'm slacking. I need to see them all. Yeah, I worked on Toy Story 3. If you've seen Toy Story 3, I was the visual effects or the shot supervisor for the opening sequence. Like if you've seen Toy Story 3, it starts in like a Western sequence, you know, with like trains and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I was like kind of in charge of all the visual effects for that. There's like a bridge that blows up. Like I blew up that bridge. There's a bunch of stuff I worked on in Toy Story 3. And we used my physics system. So if towards the end there's a bunch of stuff in a garbage dump. So like all the physics of the garbage stuff, that was my physics system that I wrote. Did a lot of those shots, and that was I mentioned that was the same physics system I wrote for. We used it for balloons in Up. Then we used it right after that for like Trash in Toy Story 3. But that was the same, like, that code sort of came out of stuff that I wrote originally, which some of that, like, split into, like, Bomb Squad, and some of it split into my Pixar stuff. So the Toy Story 3 Trash, it shares an ancestor with Bomb Squad. The code, anyway. So random trivia.
Well, you've taken it too far. Look at Gibson. He's wearing a true classic tee. If it's
But that's part of... going back to that a minute, like I was working on physics stuff at Pixar for a long time, and you know I made some tools that we used for quite a few things there, and it was super fun, and it got me thinking. You know, it had to be much more open-ended and much more kind of editable, because obviously we needed to use it for crazy movie stuff with you know like random things in movies, like lots of variety. But it definitely got me thinking, like, wow, this stuff is so much fun to play with. It would be super fun to do this interactively, which is kind of why the little, like, brainworm got in my head and about wanting to work on games kind of full-time. So that's part of the reason, you know, just thinking about, like, what would be possible to make, you know, fun physics stuff. So as I've mentioned before, I definitely want to push more in the physics direction and make stuff more open-ended. And, you know, I know Bomb Squad, like, the physics has been kind of fixed for years and years now. But that's a big part of this whole like scene thing, like making scene V2 and splitting it off so we can make like new and more creative physicsy stuff, or you know more variety and more you know just goofy physics games, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. But that's a big part of my inspiration for like what I want to do. So I definitely want to make Bomb Squad and Ballistica and all that more like open-ended and be able to do more physics with it. So anyway. We'll talk about that more when we get there, but working towards that. Love to see water. Oh my gosh, water is... Even working in movies, like at Pixar, like water is always like the hardest thing to do. It's probably easier now. I mean, tech is always improving, but... Yeah, water is always tough. Especially real-time water. I mean, I guess you can... Like there's, you know, a lot of games now probably do it pretty well, but it still seems like you have to do that on like... PlayStation 5, you know, the systems that have a lot of horsepower to work with to do fancy things like water sims. Yeah, exactly. CPUs hate you for that. Like I said, even like a beefy CPU, you can start to do some interesting water stuff, but you know, I definitely learned with Bomb Squad, like you have to, you know, you got to make the stuff run on like a low-end Android phone. And so that is definitely a very different set of constraints. But it could be cool, you know, I don't know, or at least some simple water thing or something. Like, You know, something that like looks like water. It could be fake water. It doesn't have to be like physically simulated. There's, you know, a whole range of stuff. Oh, geez. Did everyone get disconnected? Are you guys still here? Oh, no. Is there a time limit or something? I love the elevator music. How do I stop this? Whoa. All right, so what just happened? Did like everyone got disconnected? Oh. So I was probably sitting here like talking to myself for a moment. That's weird. I wonder how that happened. Oh, how could you? I wonder. I mean, maybe there's like a 2-hour time limit or something because it's basically been like, I mean, who knows? All right, yeah, show me something. Then we'll have to wrap up here in a moment. Again, I'm trying to keep these videos to like 2 hours or close to 2 hours, so we're basically there. Oh, that's weird. Discord event and well, the Discord event is probably set at 2 hours. I mean, that could have just like lined up. Yeah, who knows? That's interesting. We'll have to see if it does that again, like next time. I feel like the stage thing has worked well. It seems pretty much the same as what we had before, except a little bit more control over who can talk and stuff, which probably is good. But again, everyone is welcome to talk. So please, if anyone wants to talk, like just request to speak or whatever. I don't know what sort of button you're seeing, but I will grant anyone who wants to say anything. Oh, there's a raise a hand button? Okay, cool. And then I'm curious, if you raise a hand and I hit like, okay, you can talk, does it... I assume you can just keep talking then? Oh, shoot, there were requests, but they disappeared. Allow requests, okay. Cool, yeah, I think this stage thing is good, so we can keep doing this. Cool way of implementing water. Let's see what this is about. Yeah, it could be interesting, like a simple 2D water sim for, you know, like side view mode or happy thoughts mode or something. Sending photos? Sure, yeah. I mean, feel free to like DM me on here, or I think you all probably have or support at fromling.net, my normal email address, or whatever. Yeah, but yeah, it would be interesting to play with like a 2D water system. That would definitely be a bit of an endeavor, though. You know, just again like making sure that would work on like a low-end phone. But it's definitely possible. I mean, you know, again, like Where's My Water, games like that, which I'm not super familiar with, but you know, I'm sure they run on low-end phones and things. But there's definitely limits on, you know, like a water sim like this is very simple. You know, something more like a 3D water sim or something, that's a whole lot more complicated. But could be interesting. So I don't know if anyone wants to play around with that, coding up water sims. we could explore those ideas. Cool. Wet bomb, yeah. Yeah, so many different ideas. We could do a little splash bomb, or I don't know. All right. Well, anyway, folks, anyone else have any last... yeah, wet bomb plus ice bomb. Yeah, we do weird like combination bombs. Like a wet bomb would like spread water, and then an ice bomb would like freeze it. And then it'd be like slippery in that area. So many very complicated to implement ideas, but they sound kind of fun. Or just that in general, just like a different type of ice bomb, or even if this ice bomb just like left a little ice on the ground or something like that. Like that could be an interesting mechanic too, you know, for like defensive type games. I don't know if that would ever come in useful, or if that would just be chaos, but you know, you could like ice up the entrance to your base. Of course, we'd have to be careful too, like if it's possible to do that and like makes it impossible to get in the base, like that's not good. New characters, all that stuff is planned for 1.8 because 1.8 is adding downloadable stuff. So to go along with that, I will be adding, you know, new official characters then. That's the plan anyway. I love how it gets more the response to that gets more intense every time. Oh, is that a bot? Do we have a bot like yelling roadmap at people? Oh no. Okay. Anyway, I should wrap this up. Get back to work coding so I can get this silly 1.7.20 thing out someday. Someday soonish. I think it'll be worth the wait. Well, I mean, I don't want to like disappoint you all. It's not going to like 1.7.20 is not going to look or behave really different than 1.7.19. It'll put us in a place where we're ready for 1.8 basically. So we can get all the mod updating out of the way. It'd be like ripping off a band-aid, you know? It'd be like some annoying thing we have to do, but that we can just get it done with. 1.7.20 will be a patch. I mean, it'll just be a minor update to the game. Well, technically, same as any other update. It's just going to change all, you know, it's doing a lot of reorganizing on the modding layer, so it'll take a little bit of attention from basically all modders to get their stuff updated for 1.7.20. But then, as I said, once you do that, then you shouldn't have to update it again for 1.8, at least in any significant way. Hopefully not at all. 1.7.20 should kind of, it'll get the pain out of the way, and then we'll all be ready for 1.8. So, anywho, maybe I'll try to, I mean, hopefully, I want to start putting test builds of 1.7.20 up soonish. I want to try to get it to a place where things are not changing too much before I do that, because what I don't want to do is like put stuff there and people update their stuff and then like they have to update it again because I'm not done changing things. So that's why I've been trying to hold off until most of the major changes are in place, but it's getting close. So anyway, yeah, thanks everyone for joining. It's been fun as always. Love. Thanks again, Sock, for sharing Explodinary. That was fun. We should do more of that. I feel like we should have like a play session every few streams or something like that. I don't want this to be too just like dry and technical. So got to find that balance. But cool. All right. Well, anyway, I will talk to all you folks next week. Actually, we will unfortunately have to miss next week. I'm going on a trip with some friends. I have a little like spurt of traveling. I was in San Francisco last week, and then I'll be in Puerto Rico actually next week. So we'll probably have to meet up again in 2 weeks, but I will be back in 2 weeks. So at least I think I will. Thursday. Yeah, I think that should work. I think so. I'll let you know for sure. But anyway.